Bing boing bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Good morning, guys. This is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip, and welcome to the channel. And thank you, as always, for allowing me to be part of your day. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys. I got some emails from you guys that I want to address, and I really don't want to. Listen, when I'm talking about Sunny, just so you know, I am just showing you who a person is, painting a picture, if you will. That's what Sunny tried to do with Patrick. Paint a picture of the character she thought Patrick was. What's the difference between what she tried to do to Patrick, what I'm doing with her? It's true. Everything I'm telling you is true. She was on the phone with me for 3 hours talking about herself and having children and her husband wait on her. That's not a lie. And she told me that that's what she does. And then I spoke with, I forgot who, but I did an interview with somebody, and she said the same thing, only the difference was she was in the bathtub. It wasn't a one-off. When I spoke to her, I knew it, because that's not normal. Like, that's not a normal thing unless you feel comfortable with it. And I know that anybody who has spoken to her for any amount of time has noticed the same damn thing. I guarantee you that. So I'm not up here telling you untruths about somebody. And I promise you, I wouldn't be doing that, except she wanted to paint a picture of Patrick. I don't even care if it was about Eric. She has no business. And what she's trying to do when she does that is sway you. Why is it only fair that she gets to sway you by her opinion? She made fun of how somebody lived and said that they didn't have good character because of that. Patrick might not have good character. You guys have to decide that. But it wouldn't be because of the way somebody can afford to live. And that's what's important to me. She is trying to help people that are just as poor as Patrick. And yet she's saying those aren't her types of people. She's looking down on them. And then she wants people to get together to help her with the exploitation of those types of people. And some of you see this as the same thing. And I know it's not us. I know it's not us. But I'm not a mean person. But this pissed me off. This pisses me off. I don't like bullies. End of story. I don't like them. I don't like them if they're financial. I don't like them if they're physical. I don't like them if they're emotional. I don't like them if they're mental. I don't like them if they're intellectual bullies either. I don't like bullies. That is not how you win an argument. That is not how you bridge a distance. That is not how we make friends. That's not how we do that. How we do that is when we throw everything up to the wind and say, let me meet this person on them as a person. Let me judge this person. Because that's what we do. Unfortunately, we do. We automatically judge people. Hey, what do you think of that person? What do you think of that? Hey, listen, I'm going to go over that person. Well, I don't really have a good feeling about that person. That's what happens. I get it. Our feelings aren't always right. And they're not always something that we need to spew. And that's what she did. And then I told what I saw. Now, was I right in doing that? Yeah, I feel justified in doing that, only because she's trying to help, so she says, those people, when clearly her actions show something different. Had Sunny had just been no character here, or have no type of power, or no type of following, give a fuck. I don't care. But if you want people, Sonny, to see who Patrick is, why isn't it fair that they see who you are? So we got some more information. And then we got, by the way, I didn't know this, but Arthur Fonzarelli from Happy Days knew about me. So let's just check this out. I want to bring this up and I'm going to read it to you guys. Going to read it to you. There's a few things because actually Brian Cody had something to say too. So let's read this. All right. So here's what Sonny had to say. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I guess this is from Arthur Fonzarelli. Arthur Fonzarelli wrote this. Well, someone feels the need to message Toddy about happenings within the group. She has upped her frauding game. I don't know why you call me a fraud, Mr. Arthur Fonzarelli. Hey, sit on it. To wanting to stream church on one of her many streams a day. I don't have that many streams a day. You should count. 2 is not many streams a day. At the most, maybe on a good day, I'll put up 4, but I have a few channels. A day taxing others' tragedies for all they're worth. Why is church? Are you a moron, Arthur Fonzarelli? Like, church is a positive thing. Church is something I do. I do it. So while I was sitting here one day listening to church, I thought, a lot of these messages I try to put in my messages. But why? The person that I listen to, that pastor, says it perfectly. They're online anyway. So let's watch it together. I don't see a problem with that. I don't care what you think, Arthur Fonzarelli. Hey, sit on it. I don't give a fuck what you think. That's right. Fuck and church. It could go together. You can't say fuck church because that doesn't go together. But fuck you and church, that goes together. Listen, man, I think before you speak at me and start calling me a fraudster, you better find out what the fraud is. Because I honestly have nothing to hide. And I honestly get up and show up in it. And you know what? I'm not in bed. Promise you, I'm not in bed. So, but just so here's almost a threat. It's probably not because, but anyway. But just know you are not as hidden as you think you are. Is that to me? Because I'm not supposed to be hidden. Or is this to Sonny? I think it's to Sonny saying, just so you know, you got some people out here that aren't working in your best interest because people don't believe in you, Sonny. Just get away from the Whittakers. Just leave the Whittakers alone and other people can fight their own battles. Right? Enough people have messed with the Whittakers. Just leave the key players. Leave Patrick, leave Eric. And when I say leave Eric, I mean he's involved in this. So he's a key player. I'm not saying he should run the show or anything. Let the police investigate this shit. Stay out of it. Stop murking the waters. You have nothing to do with it. Just stay out of it, Sonny. And Arthur Fonzarelli, hey, sit on it. Let's go. So let's see. So Arthur Fonzarelli, whoa, look. This is funny. He calls me a bitch. That's okay. This bitch, hey, may as well see if she can ask Betty to marry her. What? Maybe then she will have something valid to talk about other than Eric is the devil, use critical thinking with Patrick, and overlook he is sitting 150 yards from them while they're broke and he owes them money. I'm aware of that. And if you haven't heard, I've spoken to Patrick about that actually online, and I've told you guys about it. So he's there. They're not needing anything because he's taking care of that. Otherwise, who is? Who's taking care of that? What is Eric doing from Georgia? Absolutely doing nothing. And what Patrick is doing is something a lot more than what Eric is doing, which is holding their money. Yes, Patrick has their money, but if the Whittakers need something, it's met. What's Eric doing? Listen, You can't speak out of both sides of your mouth, Fonz. You can't sit there and listen to your leader, Arthur Fonzarelli. You can't sit, if she's not writing it herself, she might be writing it herself to herself. You know what I mean? Because she's got a lot of time in bed. But here's the thing. What you need to realize is while you're sitting there talking about all this bullshit about Eric and Eric's not doing jack shit, not doing a thing. And your Sonny, she doesn't want BJ in the house. She's put stipulations on BJ. Patrick put stipulations on BJ. Patrick got a car for them. He put stipulations on it. Patrick said, I can't give them their money because BJ's going to end up with it. Sonny's saying the same thing. She doesn't want to help the Whittakers because of BJ. Patrick's saying, I'm going to help the Whittakers, but I'm also going to help them help themselves because of BJ. And somehow, Arthur Fonzarelli, you have a problem with that. Yet the person that you are bowing down to has said, I won't do anything with BJ in the picture. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. You can't be mad at Patrick for protecting the Whittakers from BJ and not be mad at Sonny for doing the same thing. You see what I'm saying here? Both sides of your mouth, Arthur Fonzarelli. Hey, sit on it. And so here we go. And then he says, another judgmental person, which very well may be Sonny. Their house isn't livable for an animal. That's a horrible thing to say. That's a very Sonny move. That, that's offensive to everybody who lives like that. And there are people that live like that because they don't come from money, because maybe they've lost a job. There are tent people that have just lived a very good life, but because of society, because of what's happened with economy, they live in tents now. And you are passing judgment on people that live less than you. Shame on you. And you want to talk about me going to church? Shame on you. You're despicable. Disgusting. And then he wants to say, but he scored them a Range Rover. What'd Sonny do? What'd Eric do? I'm sorry. Let me hear louder. Louder in the back. Can't hear you. What is it? Oh, Eric did nothing. And Sonny came and did nothing, but made a family feel uncomfortable and had a bunch of stipulations and empty promises. If she even came there, I think she came there, once, maybe twice. She's got to get off her bed to do that. We must be terribly exciting or they see us as a threat. Either way, it's funny. Well, Sonny's fine with what I'm saying. She thinks it's funny. Arthur Fonzarelli, come on. You ain't no Fonz. That's what I got to say about this. Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Oh, fuck. I'm well behind. Here we go.